Hello everyone, welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are going to be taking a look at Taskmaster from the Thanos Infinity War wave of Marvel Legends. So we have Taskmaster here in the front window box. On the side we get some really cool artwork, same thing on that side. We have the Avengers logo on the top. On the back here we get a very cool product shot as well as all the other figures that are needed in this wave to complete the Thanos Build-A-Figure. And up at the top here we do have the read-up. An expert of mimicry, Taskmaster copies the stunts and skills of his opposition to beat them at their own game. And on the bottom we do have the UPC code so that you can check your local retailers to see if they have this in stock. But enough about that, let's go ahead and crack this open and take a look at Taskmaster. And here is Taskmaster outside of the packaging, and definitely a very welcome addition to get a classic look for this character. The version that we got with the Red Onslaught wave is cool and definitely will have a spot now in the Ultimate setup, but I think having this classic Taskmaster with the cloak and the sword is a welcome addition to definitely any Avengers setup or any other, just villain setup. I think it's very cool to get him. But we'll get a closer look at Taskmaster here in 1 second, but first we're going to get a better look at the accessories that comes with him. And getting a better look at the accessories that come with Taskmaster, we of course get the Build-A-Figure piece for Thanos for the MCU, which we'll look at later. That leaves us with his sword, gun, and shield. Taking a look real quick at the sword. Very cool design. It's definitely Taskmaster's sword. I love the look of it. The hilt looks good. All that. Painting actually came out pretty decent too when you get up close. Yeah. And then you get this real nice silver that does actually look good. Let me turn the light off for a second maybe. Yeah, it looks really good. And the paint apps came out pretty good with it. Like I said, no real issues there. Looking at the gun, pretty standard. It's that same Luger that we've been getting over and over and over again. So nothing new. The gold does match the same gold that they used on the hilt. So that's cool. At least we get matching guns. And then taking a look at his shield, we do get the same reused shield as far as the back piece goes. And looking though, we do get a different design. So we do get a larger T. And then the circle is a little bit thinner and further out. And then instead of that silver paint, we do get a white paint on there instead. So, and then real quick too, just to show it, his Luger does fit. He's got a holster here on the side, which slips and slides all over the darn place. And of course that just pops in. And you can see it down there at the bottom. So he does have weapon storage for that. Does not have any kind of weapon storage for the sword, though. Let's get a better look at Taskmaster. And getting a better look here at Taskmaster up close, we can see we get some really cool detail as far as the paint goes. You have that skull with some of that shadowing effect there with the gray, or maybe it's more dry brushing effect, I guess. The nose paint did come out a little bit sloppy there and crooked. Eyes came out looking good. Mouth came out looking okay. Looks like got a little bit of black paint on his chin. But overall, pretty cool looking, I think, for the skull head sculpt. This hood is glued on, so there's really not much going on in the back. But as we go down here, we do have nothing really crazy. It is the classic Bucky cap by the telltale veins there on his shoulders. But you get some paint right there on the chest, which came out looking good. There's some work on the line work there that could be done. The clasps on his cloaks, not too bad looking. His cloak is removable as well. You do have to take his head off, and it's just held on underneath there with that tab. Looking down, paint on his belt came out looking okay. They didn't do any kind of shading or anything for the belt itself, though, so the pouches are normal looking. Arms, again, line work. You got some of the blue bleeding through there. A little bit. Oh, yeah. That peg definitely has a lot of bleed through it. You do get the orange on the back side of the cloak, and then you have just white. Yeah, you couldn't even see that. He's got down here this little leg piece that is loose and can be adjusted, but that slips and slides. His holster, same thing. It is loose, can be maneuvered around. And legs, regular old boots, nothing crazy there. And same thing with his hands. He does have this trigger hand for the gun over there, and then just his grabby hand over there. But yeah, overall not too bad looking. Let's take a look at the articulation scale. And checking out the scale here, we can see that Taskmaster's coming in at about 6 1/4 inches tall there. And looking at the articulation, so we do have side to side on the head. We do have some up and down, but if you go down, it does just push into the hood. And if you go up, it's sort of buried back there into the hood, but it still gets a pretty good range on there. Arms do come up. Does have full rotation, but he will kind of hit that cloak, which is not a big deal. He does have upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Does have rotation at the wrist as well as a hinge on both of them. Ab crunch. When he goes forward, though, the cloak does stick out quite a bit, but he can bury his chest pretty far. This belt was sliding up. Now going back, he can go back, but same thing. It will unpop the cloak there from the back. So yeah, watch out for that. He does have waist swivel. He has legs that spread out that far. Kicks forward that far. Back. If we don't look at the cloak a little ways. He's got upper thigh cut, double jointed knees. He does have a boot cut as well, and then he's got up and down as well as ankle pivot. And here is Taskmaster standing next to his previous self from the Red Onslaught wave. And here is Taskmaster standing next to some of the Avengers he fought during his first appearance in 1980 in Avengers issue 195. Actually, I think he fights him in issue 196. But either way, here he is next to some of the Avengers. And that about does it for this review. And yeah, overall, definitely happy to have him added into the collection. Can get some good old school Avengers stuff going on with this, having this addition to it. As I was messing around with it, I will say that cloak becomes a bit cumbersome when trying to pose him, but I think once you get him set up with how you want him, I think it'll be okay. But it does kind of limit some of the more dynamic posing that you can do. Might be able to get some good jumping poses and things like that out of him, though. But overall, yeah, I think it was a very cool addition, and I am happy to get him in there. Leave a comment down below, guys. Let me know what you think about the figure. Let me know where you found him. Really curious where all of the hunters are going to find this this wave. I've seen him at all the usual spots: Walmart, Target, Toys R Us. But I'm also seeing him popping up at Best Buy even. So leave a comment down below. Let me know where you found him. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more content coming your way. And other than that, guys, thanks for stopping by and checking out the video, and have a great day.